Hello YouTube. This is Jay Coder back with another stream, and we've been going over recently the Viewmodel, and we've been working on this word scramble application following this code lab from developer.android.com, and this is actually the third stream covering the same code lab. This code lab has been quite extensive, but it's been teaching us good information regarding the view model. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. The view model is a very important part of Android development, and if you are trying to grow in your journey in Android development and want to become a pro, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because this is going to be a good video for you for your learning. And so, actually, I'm not going to spend too much time on the intro right now, so that we can go ahead and finish up what we have been working on the last two streams. This is actually my first three-parter, so yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and post the code lab that we have been working on in the actual chat, and so people can follow along, the people that are logging into the chat. And also, we have some starter code that we have been working on, and hopefully you've been following along these last couple of streams so that you are caught up. But if not, you can go ahead and download the starter code, which I'm gonna also go ahead and post in the chat for you all to reference. And that's an unscramble app that we're working on. A code lab that emphasizes the view model. It makes sure we work on that particular aspect of Android development during this lab. So, alright, so let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and mute the music. And so basically, we were working on building this dialog box, which we were on this section where we built this method called show final score dialog. And then when this dialog is created, we were working on setting the title message, cancelable, the negative button and the positive button, and we show it. And so I have it here in my Android Studio. Inside my Android Studio, I have this method here, building that actual dialogue. And yesterday we played through the game, and it did show the dialog box for us. Let us go on. And so now, number 9, implement on-click listener for submit button. In this task, you use the view model and the alert dialog you added to implement the game logic for the submit button click listener. Display the scrambled words. If you haven't already done so, in game fragment, delete the code inside on submit word, which gets called when the submit button is tapped. Add a check on the return value of viewmodal.nextWord method. If true, another word is available, so update the scrambled word on screen using update next word on screen. Otherwise, the game is over. So display the alert dialog with the final score. Alright, so here, inside the submit word, and that's going to be inside our fragment here, we update the next words on screen and show final score dialogue. So we've done that, and we played through the application, and so it displays this at the end and says add a helper method to validate player add a helper method to validate player word. In game view model, add a new private method called increase score with no parameters and no return value. Increase the score variable by score increase. So, all right. So we have this method, the increase score, inside the game view model. And so inside the game view model, we added the increase the score. So private. Okay, so we created the increase score and we're calling it inside the is user word correct. So we have the increase score here, and then we're calling it inside the is user word correct. Then we have to, and then it says update the text field. Show errors in text field. For material text fields, text input layout comes with a built-in functionality to display error messages. For example, in the following text field, the color of the label is changed, an error icon is displayed, an error message is displayed, and so on. To show an error in the text field, you can set the error message either dynamically in code or statistically in the layout file example to set and reset the error in code shown below. So password layout dot error equals this, then clear error text. In the starter code, you will find the helper method set error text field is already defined to help you set and reset the error in the text field. Call this method with true or false as the input parameter based on whether you want an error to show up on the text field or not. Code snippet is below. Okay, so inside our set error text field, and so inside our actual Android Studio here, we are finding the set error text field, which has this in the restart game method. And then here is our set error text. So let's see. Alright, so set error text is there, and it already has the code that we need there. And so in this task, you implement the method on submit word when a word is submitted. Validate the user's guess by checking against the original word. If the word is correct, then go to the next word or show the dialogue if the game has ended. If the word is incorrect, show an error on the text field and stay on the correct word. In game fragment, at the beginning of the onSubmit word, create a file called player word store the player's word in it by extracting it from the text field in the binding variable. So, alright, inside our game fragment, we're looking for this. And alright, so we have created this variable that they need. And in onSubmit word, below the declaration of player word, validate the player's word. Add an if statement to check the player's word using is user word correct method, passing the player word inside the if block. Reset the text field, call set error text field, passing in false. Move the existing code inside the if block. Alright, so here we are actually going here, and then we call this here, and then inside. So let's see. So we check inside the if statement. We pass instead of the viewmodal.next word, we well, actually, we encase everything inside this if statement here, and everything is encased inside this if statement, and we do check is user word correct, and we pass in that, and then update next word on screen, else show dialog box. Alright. Let me see. So we have that. I think we need an extra one right there. Alright. So we have that. So if the user word is incorrect, show an error message in the text field. Add an else block to the above if block and call set error text field passing in true. Your completed on submit word method should look like this. Alright, so also they wanted us to add this set error text field inside our if statement, and then they wanted this else to be added as well for the outer if statement. Well, actually, since we have that bracket, we can add it like this. So, like this. And alright, so we should have the onSubmit word code. And it says, run your app, play through some words. If the player word is correct, the word is cleared on clicking the submit button. Otherwise, a message saying try again is displayed. Notice that the skip button is still not functional. You will add this implementation in the next task. So let us go ahead and play our app. And then inside our app, we're going to be checking if we can get a word wrong and get that error inside the box here. So, for instance, if we tie this and hit submit, it says try again. Okay, that's great. So, what could this word be, actually? Uh, um, let's see if I can get an easily recognizable one. So that's probably pack. Submit. All right. So let's just go on when we get it correct. And gives us an error when we get it wrong. Perfect. All right. Now, let us go on. Now we have to implement the skip button. And so, implement the skip button. In the task, you add, okay. Actually, let me go ahead and close that guy. And in this task, you add the implementation for the onSkip word, which handles when the skip button is clicked. Similar to onSubmit word, add a condition in the onSkip word method. If true, display the word on screen and reset the text field. If false, there's no more words left in the round. Show the alert dialog with the final score. Okay, so inside the skip word method, gotta add this code. Let's go to our skip word, on skip word, inside our Android Studio, and then on skip word, which is the old code not using the view model, and this is the new code using the view model. So the view model, keeps track. If next word, then set error text field to false. Update next word on screen, and then show the dialog. So yeah, so we are going to go ahead and run it and play the game. Notice the skip and submit are working as intended. Excellent. So let's go ahead and run our game. I'm going to go to Android. Then we're going to go to play and run our app. And then inside the app, we are going to hit the skip. Perfect. We skip right on past it. Let's see if we add to the wrong one, submit. Let me see. Do the wrong one. Submit. Skip. Submit. Alright. Alrighty. Now, what we can do is continue. So let's go ahead and close this. Now the next step is to verify the view model preserves the data. For this task, add logging and game fragment to observe that your app data is preserved in the view model. During the configuration changes to access current word count and game fragment, you need to expose a read-only version using a backing property. In-game view model, right-click on the variable current word count, select refactor, rename, prefix the new name with an underscore current word count, add backing field. In-game fragment inside on create view above the return statement, add another log to print the app data, word score, and word count. In Android Studio, open Logcat, filter on game fragment, run your app and play through some words. Change the orientation of your device. The fragment UI controller is destroyed and recreated. Observe the logs. Now you can see the score and word count increasing. Notice the app data is preserved in the view model during orientation changes. You will update score, value, and word count in the UI using live data and data binding in later code labs. So, okay, so basically I'm going to add the backing field to the game view model. This current word here, select refactor, rename, prefix the new name with the underscore. So let's see. Inside our Android Studio, we're going to go to the view model. And then inside the view model, we are going to go to the current word count, and we are actually going to add the prefix to it so that it can be accessed outside the view model. Alright, so we have that here. And then in game fragment inside on create view above the return statement, add another log to print the app data, word, score, and word count. Alright, so in game fragment inside on create view, above the return statement, add another log, print the app data. So we're going to add this log inside the on create. Oh, inside the on create, inside the fragment. And we're going to add that above the return statement. So we are going to add this. And then inside here it's complaining about something. It's complaining about that. Which probably current word. All right. Now it says in the Android logcat, filter the game fragment, run your app, and play through some words. Change the orientation of your device. The fragment UI controller is destroyed and recreated. Observe the logs. Now you can see the score and word count increasing. Alright, so inside our actual log here, in our logcat. Alright, so we have like the score and the word count displayed there. And then in that, run your app, play through some words, change the orientation. Oh, okay, I'm gonna play through some words, and I'm gonna change the orientation. Submit. Skip. Yeah. And then change the orientation. Boom! 5 words, and the score is 40. So it indeed has the information retained for us. And now it's, probably just time to update the screen. All right, let us go on. Notice the app data is preserved in the view model. During orientation changes, you will update score and value and word count in the UI using live data and data binding in later code labs. Update game restart logic. Run the app again and play the game through all the words in the correct play the game through all the words. In the congratulations alert dialog, click play again. The app won't let you play again because the word count has now reached the value max number of words. You need to reset the word count to 0 to play the game again from the beginning. To reset the app data in game view model, add a method called re-initialize data. Set the score and word count to 0. Clear the word list and call get next word method. Alright, so reinitialize the game data to restart the game. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this inside the game view model. Okay. Reset. I'm sorry, we're going to go ahead and add this method inside the game view model. And then in game fragment at the top, method restart game, make a call to the newly created method re-initialize data. Alright, so we're going to call this, actually it said in at the top method restart game, make a call to the newly created method re-initialize data. So in game fragment at the top of the method. Okay, so we're gonna call that. I was just trying to figure out if we already have this method, the restart game. Okay, so I think so. This method looks like it's brand new. Oh, okay. Make a call to the newly created method, but it said this one was newly created, but it sounds like this one's also newly created because I don't think this is restart game was created yet. In the game fragment at the top, at the top, the method restart Okay, so let's go ahead and just add that here. Oh wait, this is should be inside the fragment. Oh, sorry guys, I uh just caught that. So, all right, so this inside here there should be a restart game. Okay, there's our restart game. And then inside our restart game, we're just adding this newly created method inside our view model. And this is inside our game fragment. And we're adding this to the restart game method. And then run your app again. Play the game. When you reach the congratulations dialog, click on play again. Now you should be able to successfully play the game again. So let's go ahead and test that. So we're going to go ahead and terminate that, and we're going to go ahead and play. And then let's go ahead and play the game. Not sure. Yep. Is it skip? Skip. Skip. All right. You scored 60. Congratulations. Let's play again. And boom. So that works. But these still aren't being updated yet, which is probably, one of the last things. All right, so that works. We can hit the play again button, and it indeed lets us play again. Alrighty. Now it says run your app again. Play the game. When you reach the congratulations dialog, click on the play again. Now you should be able to successfully play the game again. This is what your final app should look like. The game shows 10 random scrambled words for the player to unscramble. You can either skip the word or guess a word and tap submit. If you guess correctly, the score increases. An incorrect guess shows an error state in the text field. With each new word, the word count also increases. Note that the score and word count displayed on screen did not update yet, but the information is still being stored in the view model and preserved during configuration changes like device rotation. You will update the score and word count on the screen in later code labs. At the end of the 10 words, at the end of the 10 words, the game is over and an alert dialog box pops up with your final score and an option to exit the game or play again. Congratulations, you have created your first view model and you saved data. So So it says, note the score and word count displayed on the screen did not update, but the information is still being stored in the view model and preserved during configuration changes like device rotation. You'll update the score and word count on screen in later collabs. Okay, so in this particular collab, don't worry about these two labels. This collab, we're not updating them, which it's still, not finished, but just for this code lab, we've done everything that they asked. So, all right, great. And I hope you guys have gotten this far as well. If not, go ahead and watch part 1 and part 2 to catch you up to this point. And I highly suggest that you do, because view model is very important in Android development, and this collab is a pretty good demonstration on how to implement one. And so there's also this thing called live data that usually goes hand in hand with view model, and so we're gonna probably be going over that later. But for now, this is a good code lab for, working with a view model. The Android app, and in summary, the Android app architecture guidelines recommend separating classes that have different responsibilities and driving the UI from a model. A UI controller is a UI based class like activity or fragment. UI controllers should only contain logic that handles UI and operating system interactions. They shouldn't be the source of data to be displayed in the UI, but that data and any related logic in a view model. The view model class stores and manages UI related data. The view model class allows data to survive configurations changes such as screen rotations. View model is one of the recommended Android architecture components. And to learn more, View Model Overview, Guide to App Architecture, hands-on with material components for Android dialogues, Alert Dialog Anatomy, Material Alert Dialog Builder, Backing Properties, Android Architecture Components, Android Material Dialogs, and Properties and Field, Getters, Setters, Constant, and Late Init. All right, awesome. All right, and that's actually the code lab that we're going to be doing for today. And like always, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like this video, comment on it. And this channel is about improving your skills as a Android developer. We've been releasing a ton of Android related videos, and so if you like that kind of thing, stick around. All right, as always, stay coding. All right,